I'm back to filming. Yay! Welcome back, guys. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And guess what? It's not pregnancy related. So in life, you associate certain parts of your life with certain things, and for me, if you were in my life when things were going downhill, if not family, I'm not talking about family, I'm talking about associates, friends, but when my life wasn't in a good space, if my life was not in a good space and you were my friends back then, I tend to try and analyze the kind of friendship that I had with you then, and try and see if that relationship contributed to the downs and the ups, right? Which is normal. People should do that. That's a normal thing that you should be able to see. So when I was going through a tough time, were these friends the kind of friends that would tell my ass to go home, or were they the kind of friends who would like uplift me, or were they the kind of friends who would encourage me but to a certain limit? You know, just what kind of people do you want to hang around with? So here's an example. There was a time when I was in that weird acceptance role that I sometimes find myself falling into, and I was out with this crew of friends, and I being the doula, size 36 at that time. If only they would have seen me now. Round. Anyway, 36. I was like a size 36, 34. Who knows? I was the outsider, and the girls were all having drinks, and it was like a lingerie party, I think. Then was like, and I thought I looked cute, but apparently I didn't look cute. Apparently. And then we went out clubbing afterwards. All the beautiful girls, all the hot girls. I was getting in because I was with the crew of hot girls. And we were clubbing and drinking, and then it was time to go home. So when we were going home, I had parked my car at another guy's house who I thought I was seeing. That also blew my mind when I realized that so many of us are seeing him too. Anywho, that's a story for another day. So I parked my car there, and we all came together in one car. But now that all the girls are splitting up and they're going with their boyfriends, or they're meeting new guys there, or you know, people want to go to, like, I don't know, Andicios, and we're all going different places. But now we all said we're going to go back and congregate where we parked our cars at this one guy's house. But now there's no space because now there are more members. We've now picked up people, strays at the closer. So then I obviously get sugared with being the one who has to make a plan. And the one friend looks at me and says, these are my friends, some two guys that I don't know. And you must remember, I'm also intoxicated at that time. These are my friends. They are going to go to where we're going, but get in the car with them and we'll all drive together. Okay. I'm like, cool. Let's get in the car. I'll get in the car. I've been drinking. And remember, we were at a lingerie party before that. So my skirt is tiny. My skirt is literally this big. My boobs are here. Literally. The whole night I'm walking around with my boobs here. Okay? I am a hot mess. Okay? God, that thing's we used to wear. So these two guys, I'm like, okay, well, this friend says these are his friends. We're all going to the same place. Like, okay, cool, I'll go in the car there. Let me tell you something. As soon as we got into the car and I put a safety belt on, I knew that this was not going to happen. This was not going to go down the way I think it's going to go down. So we all following each other in the cars. Next thing I know, the cars that these guys are like, no, these people are taking the long way. I don't get a shortcut. Let's take a shorter way to get to this person's house. Next thing I know, I'm on the highway. And the house that we had left our cars is nowhere near any highway. It's literally just by the club. Then I thought, Jesus. Lord, help me. My cell phone battery is dead. I'm dressed like a hooker on the corner of 59th Avenue or corner Rosebank Avenue and what. Okay, I am drizzy drunk, and nobody has called to check where I am, and they didn't necessarily need to call because the guys I'm in the car with are friends with the other friend of mine. If you're on board, you're on board. My friend of mine should have called them and said, guys, where are you with Tato? Like, hello? No, there was no phone call. I was gone. Okay, I found myself in Midrand. From Seaton, I was in Midrand with two guys that I don't know, that I never met, that I don't know what they could have done to me, or I literally, the guys were like, look, we're tired, we want to go to bed, let's all go sleep. What? I laugh now, but it wasn't funny then. I was like, but now I left my car. I mean, I can't sleep. My insides are screaming, but my outside is saying, relax. Because if they see panic, you're gonna look like a deer, and these lions are gonna eat you. So play cool. So I said, I left my car in Santon. Why are we here? They're like, no, we're tired. I mean, we don't know why our friend said that we must take you home. We're coming home to sleep. So, you know, one of us will sleep on the couch, and you can share the one bedroom with one of us. We'll sleep on the bed. Cara morena, Jeso. Me. I'm gonna go sleep with these mofos I don't know. Okay. Sure, thanks. I said, listen, my niggas, my guys, I'm not comfortable. Can you give me some tracksuit pants? Something to wear? The guy's like, okay, cool. We gave me some tracksuit pants. Now we're watching TV. It's awkward. It's like two guys and me. And I kind of feel like they were like waiting for the next move. Like, who's gonna do the move? Who's gonna make the next move? If someone will say, I'm tired, let's go to bed, and that's me done. Or are these guys actually gonna be gentlemen and we're gonna sleep and they're gonna take me home the next day? I don't know, but I can't trust them because they were already meant to take me to somewhere else, and I'm in Midrand, and I don't know Midrand. I don't know Midrand. I don't know Midrand. I know Santon. Lord. So then I said to the guy, listen, can I please use your phone? Because I just want to make sure that my car's safe and tell my friends that I'm safe. And the guy's like, cool. So the only number I knew off by heart is my best friend's number. And she was highly pregnant then. So she wasn't coming out. And she's not really friends with that. She wasn't really friends with that crew of people. So I call her and I'm like, listen up. I know you're pregnant. And I know you live in, at that time she had just moved to Midrand with her partner. I was like, listen up, I know you live in a Midrand, and I know you're pregnant, but I gotta wake you up, yo, because I'm in the middle of Midrand and I don't know where I am. I can tell you what turns we took. I can tell you what buildings I can see from where I'm sitting, but I need you to come and fetch me right now. Up and down, round and round. Eventually, before she hit the fans, my friend's partner spoke to one of those guys. Like, he called one of those guys. He called the number I was using to call them and was like, y'all need to let this chick come back. Like, y'all need to drop her off at the engine garage. We're gonna fetch it in the garage, and y'all need to just like fuck off, basically. Like, y'all cannot. She never asked to be there. We come and fetch her. And that's how I got out of the situation. Okay, thank God they actually let me call, because otherwise I don't know where I would have been at. But let me tell you, those friends that I was with, not one of them called to check if I was alive, awake, around, nothing. I was mad. Not one of them. Instead, they blamed, they changed the blame, and they said it was the initial friend's friend, and he was playing angry. He was pretend angry with his friend. Oh, I'm gonna call them. They shouldn't. But the thing is, why didn't they look for me in the first place? When I first went missing, I was alone the whole time. So when I think of situations like that, of shitty behavior and shitty friends, and I think about where my life was in general at that time, was like not going to work when I'm supposed to be going to work, drinking all the time. I think I probably have had 2 accidents, not sleeping at home, like just being wild, wild. And I can't blame these people, because I can't say that people forced me to do things, but I associate the downhill and the drain and the craziness and the just, cheetah. You hear, Scott? I can never film in peace. You always do this. You always make so much noise.
Mechty me, it's warm today. Hey, Queen. Fit. What are you saying to me? What are you doing?
Why are you here?
I'm just coming to annoy you. I'm just telling you it's warm.
I can see your underpants. Go away. Sometimes the older you get, you start realizing that also the energies that are around you also influence the way that you react and pretend and live and work and think as a human being. So if you're always around negative energies and dark energies, they will corrupt you. They will corrupt you, right? And no one forces you. So let me first make that clear. No one forces you to do something you don't want to do. People do things that they want to do, but it's easy to be influenced and encouraged when you have people who don't give a shit about you. Okay? If people don't give a shit about you and they are out for themselves, you're gonna end up in situations that are dark. Okay? And that's what I'm talking about. So now imagine all that mess. I'm not going to work. I'm always drinking. I am, boys are just dirty, doing me dirty, I've got low self-esteem. I feel like I'm obese and fat and ugly. I feel like, I've got so much to prove in life. I feel like my life is not complete unless I'm driving this expensive car, or I'm wearing Gucci shoes, or I'm dating guys who can, take me to the close up and buy me bottles. My life was just in that kind of turmoil. Now, fast forward to me now, okay? Fast forward to me to a time where I've eventually, like a drug addict, like someone in rehab, has broken free of those chains, has learned to move on, and my psychology is in a different place. I'm happier, I'm more cleansed, I'm emotionally stable. Sometimes I'm in a better place, right? Emotionally, physically, and then you get a message from somebody who was from the past. Somebody who says they were your friend when they watched you in your darkest and they weren't there to help pull you out. You had to pull yourself out of those dark situations. And now they hit you up with a, hey, how are you doing? That's the first door you do not open. Do not open that door. You see that old friend? Don't open that door. And this is why I'm saying you can forgive and forget. We can all move on. We can all be happy. But there's some energies that you don't need. Those energies weren't good for you in the past. You don't need to bring them into your present, future, and forever. Okay? For me, it's highly important to keep the sanctity of my brain, spirit, life. And I have learned to, if you remind me of a time when I needed more from the people around me and I didn't get it, I will very highly unlikely accept you back into my life today. Okay? And it doesn't mean that I hate people, it doesn't mean I don't move on, it doesn't mean that I've got some sort of resentment. My nose is very oily. It just means that I, Tato, don't want to make the same mistakes or to relive certain spiritual energy-wise situations with people who I associate in a dark time. Okay? And it's the same with family. You do the same. So when that old friend of yours who didn't have to do you dirty. That's the one thing that's also important to remember. Those friends didn't have to do you dirty. That friend didn't have to do you dirty. But she just wasn't what you needed at that time when you needed more. When she comes knocking when you are in a better place, I unfortunately will not open that door for you in terms of being emotionally available for you, because you cannot feed me spiritually. You cannot contribute to my well-being spiritually, physically, emotionally. So I cut that out. Cut the dead. I'm sorry. We move on. Hey, you can respond, hey, nice to meet you. If they want to hook up and, I wouldn't open that door. You good over there, I'm good over here. We don't need to be together. We don't need to, because we were never a good combo in the first place. Right? So that's the first door. When the past comes knocking, some doors don't need to be opened. Same thing with a lover. And I know this is hard because you think, I love him, and I want to be with him, and he used to love me, and he used to lay pipey, but some people come into your lives, and some men or women come into your life to teach you certain things on how to be a better person for the next person that comes into your life. If somebody all of a sudden, when you are in a better place, where you have more self-love, where you are at peace with who you are, then this goat is going to come and say, I want you back. That's another door that does not need to be opened. Don't open that door. No. Whoa. Stop it. Don't open that door. That door is going to hurt you. That person could not give you what you needed. They gave you a lesson. They taught you a lesson. That's it. Take the lesson and move on and apply it to somebody else. The next person might not also be your next person. Might not be your forever person. They might also teach you another lesson, a third lesson, a fourth lesson. Like the people that I've met, my exes. I mean, I want to say exes because I say exes, but some of them, they didn't even think I was their girlfriend. I thought I was the girlfriend, but apparently I was not. So some of them, one ex told me that no matter how much you try, you'll never be good enough. No matter how much you try, you'll never be good enough for that person. That's a lesson I learned, that I can do anything I want. I can be purple, blue, and green. I can speak Mandarin for all he cares, but it will never be enough for that person. I just need to be enough for me. And the next person that comes into my life, if they don't accept me for who I am, then that's it. I'm not playing that game no more. I had an ex who didn't prioritize me. And the lesson I learned is that I want to be a priority. So I cut the dead. One ex taught me that I'm a psycho bitch. I'm crazy. Okay? I can go there if I want to. That's what he told me. It's not a good lesson to learn. And it's a difficult lesson to learn if you think you're sane and you got it all together. But some people are there to teach you certain things. And that's good. Because now when I look at my current partner, my husband, Scott, say his name. I know that I'm crazy. So before I tap into the craze. I remember that. You're crazy, girl. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Or I can say to Scott, I need you to prioritize me, because right now I feel like I'm not being prioritized. And it's a conversation that we can have, and we grow from that, and he can adjust. Or he's always prioritized me, and I've never had to have that conversation. But the key is that all those lessons that I learned that broke my heart, they've taught me a lesson. I would never, and yes, I can say that with my chest, I would never go back to an ex who taught me painful lessons and who taught me lessons about myself. I would never go back to them. We can forgive, we can move on, but going back for me is a door that you just need to keep closed. You can do the same thing with family. Unfortunately, you have family members who you love, but they don't treat you right. And family members are even more difficult to cut because they are your family. We are your family. Yes, we know. But there are some things that family members can do that can hurt you. Family members can take advantage of the situation because they know that you will always be around. You will always be there. You will always take care. You will always love them, which is unfortunately true. You will always love your family members. However, when you are in a space with of peace and love and joy, and you're in a better place, those demons, family members who have never been there for you, who have never supported you, who have never contributed positivity or contributed things of worthy to you, will come knocking when they see that you are in a better place. And that, unfortunately, is a time for you to not open that door. I love you, cuz, but I can't hang out with you. I love you, cuz, but I don't have the money to lend you. I love you, cuz, but I can't be around you. Some doors are just not meant to be opened. This whole conversation resonated from me telling my sister of the experience of being left, being taken away in the middle of the night, or being left at the club and had to fend for myself because my friends, the one friend I went with, decided to go and fuck off or something, and having to fend for myself, and then being in a better place, and then realizing that this friend is not, these friends are not good friends, or for some whatever type of reason, and then getting to a place where I am now, and then those friends sending me DMs saying, hey friend, what's up, how are you friend, long time no talk. I know it's a long time no talk. I decided not to talk to you because when you're no good for me, I'm a low down dirty bitch when I'm with you. I scam me when I'm with you, so I ain't gonna hang around with you. That's why it's been a long time since we've been talking. Protect yourself from yourself. I do it all the time because I know me. Do you know you? To protect yourself, make sure that you know which doors to open, which doors not to open. Key, point, case, and sample is closed. The door. Thank you. That was a very, very, very short conversation. That's basically it that I wanted to say to you guys. Learning to not open doors. Learning which doors to open and which doors to close. Learning energies and experiences. What's important and what's not important. Hey, I never thought I'd be the person to say this, but let love prevail. Let happiness be key. And let's live our best lives. Our best present conscious lives. Even if we know, even if the lessons that we learned are being taught are difficult for us to hear. My name is the Fox, guys, and this is a very short conversation, clearly. And I'm out.